What's going on, guys? Styx here with the Token Minorities, bringing you the 7th and final week of the DGBA, and this week we are up against Carson, or Golden Centurion, and his Venice Shaymin. And before I get into anything, just a reminder that if you like this video, please leave a like, drop a comment, click that subscribe button as it helps us out a ton, and let's just do more cool stuff for you guys. Now, like I said, this is the very last week, and I mean, I know the season, like I've not been remotely serious at all this season, just been messing around, but honestly I've had a ton of fun. It really was quite a breath of fresh air to not necessarily like try hard every single week, just to like mess around, bring some fun sets, bring some weird teams. Like, it was just a ton of fun. So yeah, thank you to all the guys that made the season made this DGBA season possible. So I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the wacky sets, even though I didn't really win. Actually, I think I won like, is it twice total? I think I won like 2 out of the 6, or yeah, I only won like a couple games this season, but it was still a ton of fun, able to just sit back and actually enjoy Pokemon for Pokemon as opposed to just trying to win. I mean, I'm definitely going to be returning to competition, well, as you can already see in the APA season, because I mean, that's how I enjoy Pokemon most, but this was just a nice, fun breath of fresh air. So yeah, thank you to those guys. This was a ton of fun, and we're ending it out. And you guys might be wondering what the... Well, actually, no, you're not wondering, because you've already seen what the title of this video was. For those of you that recognized what the thumbnail was, big shout-outs, because that thumbnail was a screenshot of the team builder on Shoddy Battle. So like I was saying in the... or like I said in the title, this is a DPP team. So not only was I only allowed to use moves and sets that were available in DPP, I straight up went to Smogon, typed in the Pokemon's name, and copied the first set, or I think in Yuxi's case it was like the second set, because for some reason I thought the first set was weird, or I don't remember what it was, but either way, I just went to Smogon in the DPP section, typed in the Mon's name, and copied and pasted it onto this team. And Carson's going to be bringing a little bit of heat of his own, but the Mons that I do have, so like it's a quote-unquote real team, but it's missing some key things, like Weavile does not have knockoff or Icicle Crash, Tentacruel is a Spadef set, Dragonite does not have multi-scale, just little things like that that they did not get until later. So, I mean, this is still like real-ish sets, but I had been planning towards this for the whole season, and I'm really glad that I'm able to do this now. But the Deoxys is a dual hazard lead, dedicated lead with Focus Sash. Weavile is a Choice Band set with, I think, Ice Shard, Ice Punch, Low Kick, and I forget what the last move was. I think Night Slash, or no, Pursuit, that's what it is. It's a banded set with Pursuit. Heatran is a Scarf set. Yuxi is a Spadef Rock set, so I have Rocks on 2 Mons. But I mean, hey, if it was on the Mon, I had to go ahead and do it. I couldn't change anything. Tentacruel is a Spadef Spinner, and Dragonite is a 4 attacks Life Orb attacker. So yeah, that's going to be pretty fun, and like I said, Carson has some heat of his own. So let's just go ahead and see what he has, well, what he decided to bring. He leads off with his Bisharp, as I do lead off with my Deoxys, and I'm just immediately going to get my Rocks up, as he unfortunately will go for the Guillotine and completely miss, or Guillotine, there you go, Guillotine is the move he just went for, and I mean, that's pure hacks. Like, that move should not be able to miss at all. I mean, it's just pure lack of luck on his part that he missed right there. So I'm actually going to go for the Rocks once again, because he deserved to hit it. I mean, there's, like I said, it's got to be a glitch that he missed the first time. So luckily he does hit the second time. I'm brought down to my Sash, and so now that everything is right in the universe, I'm going to go straight for a Spike, as he is actually going to go for the Power-Up Punch and knock me out and get up to +1. So I mean, he brought Physical Bisharp. I mean, who actually brings that? But either way, going to be able to go straight into my Weavile and go for the Low Kick and take out this Bisharp. But unfortunately, he actually has the Sash, and I was thinking in the back of my head, I was like, maybe I should break this thing's potential Sash, but nah, he won't be that. Well, he's a Power-Up Punch, Sash, Bisharp. So yeah, Weavile and Deoxys go down for Rocks and Spikes, but now I'm able to bring in my Dragonite and Extreme Speed, knock out the Bisharp. The only way that that wouldn't have gone down as it did in DPP would be if he was faster than me, but I mean, this Dragonite, I think, has a decent amount of speed. I don't remember exactly what the investment was. I mean, again, these sets aren't something that like I calculated out. These are sets that I literally just copied and pasted and threw right in there. So I have my Rocks and Spikes up, and my Dragonite is out as he's going to go into his Mega Alakazam. And oddly enough, I have something that works out really, really wonderfully for this in my Spadef Uxie, and I even have U-turn that I'll be able to go for. So he goes for Ice Punch as my Uxie comes in and takes nothing. I mean, just your standard physical Mega Alakazam with the knockoff and Ice Punch as he's able to get rid of my lefties. I'm going to go for the Yawn to try to shuffle things around. Admittedly, I thought he'd switch out before that. But regardless, with knowing that Zam's probably going to switch out, I'm going to go for the U-turn, try to take advantage of whatever he wants to go into as he goes into his Porygon 2. Which gives me the opportunity to go back into my Dragonite and fire off a Superpower, which unfortunately does not quite pick up the KO, as he predicted me to I think he predicted me to not have Superpower. Yeah, that's definitely what he was going for, not just a clicking buttons move. I mean, I definitely outpredicted him in that instance, as Porygon 2 is going to go for the Curse, but with the damage that I got off with Superpower, I will be able to knock this thing out with Extreme Speed, and Dragonite is in a wonderful position. But this gives him the chance to go into Scizor, and this is where having the Life Orb 4 attack set comes in handy, as I am able to go for Fire Punch, straight up knock that Scizor out, and Dragonite has already picked up 3 KOs. We still have Rocks and Spikes up. We are looking to be in an amazing position. He goes into his Mimikyu, and at this point I'm like, okay, Dragonite has done its job. I just need to break that thing's disguise. Maybe Tentacool or Heatran can do some damage to it, but I realized after he knocked me out that Heatran doesn't have Flash Cannon, because Flash Cannon was not a set seen in DPP, so I was like, huh, well, that's unfortunate. Can't just spam Flash Cannon, as that actually would have been an excellent move to just kind of lock myself into in this situation. But because I don't have that, with his bulky Mimikyu, as it does have the lefties, I'm going to go into my Tentacool and fire off a Sludge Bomb to try to wear this thing down. But as it turns out, that's not just not a 2-hit KO. With lefties, unless I get a poison, that's not even a 3-hit KO. So I'm like, what is this Mimikyu? Good lord. Or either that or Tentacool is just super weak, which, to be fair, it is, as he does predict me in that instance that I would go for another Sludge Bomb. I was able to get in his Nidoking for free under Trick Room, and now I'm in a bad spot. So I'm just going to go straight into my Uxie to take whatever hit as I skillfully dodge the Fissure. I mean, that's not just because of Levitate. Like, Uxie just avoided that altogether. So Uxie's able to come in for free, and I'm able to just fire off a Psychic to try to get rid of this Nidoking, as this thing is super annoying. But Mimikyu comes in. Trick Room is wearing out slowly, but I will be able to wear this Mimikyu down well enough, as he does actually end up having the Pain Split, and Psychic with lefties on his part is not going to put him in range where my Uxie will be able to KO him with another Psychic. So at this point, thinking that he's going to go for the Trick Room and just trying to stall turns of Trick Room out to where Heatran can be a Scarfer later in the game, like an effective Scarfer, and come in. I'm actually going to Yawn, as I predicted him to set up the Trick Room then, but he does actually just go for the Shadow Sneak, as he sets up the Trick Room and falls asleep. So at this point, I'm going to try to take advantage of the fact that Mimikyu is asleep, just kind of wear him down a little bit. I knew Surf wouldn't quite take him out at that point, and I will be able to stall out some turns of the... I'll be able to stall out some turns of the Trick Room in that case, and something I just realized, Sludge Bomb didn't do super effective damage against Mimikyu earlier. In fact, it did 29%. And like, I'm actually just noticing this while recording. Yeah, do you guys know why Sludge Bomb didn't do 29%? I mean, we are in custom battle, that's why he was able to start with the Alakazam Megad, but yeah, did I miss something? Because Sludge Bomb on turn 13, if we go back to turn 13, and I'm sorry, this is like super unprofessional, but like, I'm literally just noticing this. I Sludge Bomb the Mimikyu, and it only does 29%. I mean, yeah, it says Mimikyu's a go. Oh, I am stupid, guys. Well, this shows you how much I don't know. Ghost resists poison. That is something that I honestly completely forgot about. Jeez, how is that? Oof. Good lord, I'm not, you know what? I'm not even going to go back and try to re-record over that. I'm just going to live with the fact that I completely forgot that Ghost resists poison. That's just kind of one of those that aren't as intuitive as the rest. I don't know. I don't even know what my excuse is for that. That's just, wow, I need some sleep after that. But either way, Gonna go for the Surf. No, it's not gonna knock him out, and I will actually just stall out another turn of Trick Room at this point by going for a T-Spike in case Alakazam wants to come in. I want to leave Nidoking the fewest turns possible, and yeah, so at this point, I think I'm just going to knock out the Mimikyu with a Sludge Bomb right at the very end. Just take that thing out. Trick Room is going to be worn down. Heatran will be in a good spot. As he goes into his Nidoking, smart play, sucks up the Toxic Spikes, and he hits the Fissure. I mean, that's just kind of expected. He missed the earlier one against my Uxie, so I will be able to, now with the Trick Room running out, be able to go into my Heatran, and at this point, I'm actually seeing a potential endgame that would kind of end in the most spectacular fashion possible. So he goes into his Alakazam, traces my Flash Fire, and I'm going to go into my Uxie to just try to wear this thing down. But I do ultimately have the perfect endgame scenario in mind. He knocks me off, which doesn't quite knock me out, and I'm able to get U-turn damage off, and I go back into my Heatran. Now, if he outspeeds me, then he can hit me with an attack, but I don't think there's anything Alakazam can do to knock out my Heatran before I'm able to get my attack off. But because I need Uxie dead for the end of this. I need Uxie dead for the end game to play out in the way that I hoped for. So I tell him at this point, okay, I'm going in Uxie, you need to knock this out so that we can end the game in the best way possible. So he obliges, goes for the knockoff, knocks out my Uxie, but now I'm going to be able to go into my Heatran and end this in wonderfully DPP fashion. I'm going to explode a special attacker, used explosion, knocked out the Mega Alakazam, and the battle ends 0-0 with him ultimately taking the victory. So yeah, this was a really fun season. I mean, honestly, I just enjoyed bringing weird sets. I think my favorite point this entire season was clicking Focus Blast against Parksy with a Gravity team while knowing that it cannot possibly miss. I think that was my favorite point, although, to be fair, exploding to end the game 0-0 was a very close second. And third was in the middle of recording this video when I completely forgot that Ghost resisted poison, and I went on like a 2-minute rant where I just kind of looked like the biggest noob in the world. But you know what? I digress. We all have those moments, but either way, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, all the videos from here on out, well, not from here on out, but in the foreseeable future will be competitive. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys once again. And this is Styx signing out. Why not? See you guys.